strategies. What I encourage people and what I've done myself is I've opened offices. Like I stay in Pretoria. I made sure I open offices. The reason why I opened an office, it is because sometimes when I look at the people that we are servicing, they are pensioners, they are people that are above the age of 60. These are people that are not very good with WhatsApp. They are not very good using the internet and online. Some of them, they can't even do EFT transfers. So we open the office as a way to support those people that are coming into the business, people that cannot do presentations and they can send their presentations to the office. So basically opening an office is an investment. It means the first month that I made my 20,000, that I made my 30,000, I didn't take my money and then spent it all. No, I was saving some of it. And then when the right time came, I decided to open an office. I decided to invest in furniture. And honestly, when you look at the return on investment, our sales, our sign-up rates, they went up ever since we opened an office. So I opened an office in Pretoria, and as our team grew, we opened an office in Rustenburg, we opened an office in Mpumalanga, we opened an office in Limpopo. And the reason why we were investing in offices, it was because we simply wanted people that are not very good on online to actually be assisted at our offices. So those are some of the investments. I know for some people, they start making money and that money is spent. You don't invest back in the business, and before you know it, that 100,000, that 150,000 that you are making, it just disappears. Why? Because you are not supporting your team. You are not reinvesting in the business. On the offline, the main things that I invest in is definitely opening offices, and we print a lot of flyers. So imagine if you are making, let's say 100,000, make sure you set aside 10 to 20% of your income. Make sure that money goes back to paying for offices, paying for flyers. If you do not have offices, you can just print flyers. Some people, you tell them, can you please print flyers? They will tell you, I don't have money. But this is someone that you know made 30,000 rands last month, made 50,000 rand last month, but they cannot even afford to invest back in the business. So this is something that I feel it is very important. If you want to sustain your income, if you want to increase your income, make sure you reinvest back into the business. And for most of us who are not yet ready to open offices, or they are not printing flyers, just reinvesting in those personal development skills that I was talking about. Like right now, I'm paying for a lot of courses, but there are some courses that are for free. I think 2 weeks ago, there was a free GoPro tour that was hosted by Eric Ho. I think the only thing that you needed to invest in was your data, so that you could hear how other successful network marketers all over the world have done it, so that you can also do the same. Remember, success leaves clues. All you need to do is follow those clues so that you can also be successful. I think there's another one on the 5th of May, I think on Tuesday. It is called Advance Your Reach Workshop. I think Eric Hoy has also advertised it. So if you've got data, if you've got 2 hours worth of data, just plug in and listen to what these international successful network marketers are advising, and then you simply do the same. So yeah, so invest your money, invest your time online, make sure you invest in personal development skills, and if it's offline, if you can, the moment you start making money, to cater for those people that are not good online, make sure you open an office, make sure you print flyers, make sure if you've got an office where they allow you to even put up a billboard or a banner, do that. You are reinvesting money into something that is going to bring you more money. So I decided to start with that because I feel it is the most important thing. I think we've seen most of the top leaders in our company in Mining City. I mean, we've seen Hannah, she's got an office here in Johannesburg. Johannesburg. We've seen Lonwabo, he's got an office there in Eastern Cape, I think. Most of the leaders that I know, they've got offices, and those offices, they bring results. Right now, we've got massive momentum in the network marketing industry, in the crypto industry. So we have to do the most. So the more you invest in the business, the more return you are going to see. And then obviously, because we are making money, you're going to keep on making money. I mean, we've got people that are now earning $500,000. We've got people that are making 1 million. What can you do with that money? So right now, personally, what I'm doing, because there is massive momentum in this business, I am not investing in any other business that is going to divert my focus. Because the moment I start concentrating on learning another business, I am going to divert my focus, and I'm not going to concentrate on the business that is bringing me the most cash. So what I've done right now, so my second passion is property. And this is something that I've never done in my life. Being an accountant, I only knew how to count other people's money. I knew how to budget. I know how financial planning. That is why I'm talking about you making 100,000 and making sure you set aside 10 to 20% of that money, reinvest it into the business. So right now, my second passion, which is something that I started because of the money that I made in this industry, is property. So for me, property, it's an income generating asset. If you invest in property, you rent out that property, you should be able to secure your financial future. But before you even go and invest in property, because I've made mistakes before, I decided to look for a mentor. You need to look for someone who is already into property investments, because they've already experienced a lot of things in the industry. They will tell you what to do and what not to do. If you can't find a mentor, I think there's a company which does classes on how to buy and sell property if you want to buy and sell. But I think for now, if you are in network marketing, buying and selling is not something that I would recommend, because it will divert your attention. But just buying assets, and then you get someone who actually manages your properties, and you start getting rental income. But obviously, as to when to buy, how to buy, and how to buy properties that are less than market value, that you cannot do on your own. You need to get a mentor who will help you to start procuring those income generating properties. And for some people, they might think maybe you need to have a lot of money to start your property portfolio. No, you just need to have good credit lines. If you are still if you don't have a lot of income, I'm sure you've heard people talk about good debt and bad debt. Bad debt, when you go to the bank and then you borrow money to buy clothes, that is bad debt. But when you go to the bank and you borrow money to buy an income generating asset, you are basically using other people's money to make money. So those are the things that you will be learning from your mentors. You can actually go to the bank and speak to your financial advisor. Right now, we are making a lot of money. I'm sure when you make your money in Mining City and your money is getting in and out of your account, I'm sure now you've got good credit lines. You should be able to get good credit. You should be able to get your first income generating property, and that's how you invest your money. If you are someone who likes buying things for cash, which has its advantages, but I feel it is better to use other people's money than use your own money, so that you can invest your money in other income generating portfolios. I believe this is something that you can do. So obviously for me, this is personally that I'm doing, and I'm not even looking at investing in properties just in South Africa. If you've got a good mentor who is an international property development consultant, they can actually advise you on which countries have got the best property deals. Right now, some South African banks are actually giving you loans to buy properties in Dubai. You can actually buy properties in Mauritius, depending on what your consultant or what your mentor advises. You can actually get very good deals. And I think right now Dubai is actually doing very well. well. I know there are a lot of scam property companies that are coming to South Africa, but if you get very good, a very good international property development consultant, they will advise you on the right properties to buy in Dubai, and you get actually a very good return on investment as far as rental income is concerned. So these are investments that you can actually do in and outside of South Africa. And I think the last thing that I wrote down is basically portfolio diversification. And I think last week I was actually speaking to Hannah, and for most of us, especially in Mining City, I think over the last couple of months, we'll be earning Bitcoins. And right now we are earning Bitcoin Vault. But there are other cryptocurrencies out there that are doing very well. I know she was telling me to consider Ethereum. But for these things, guys, you can't do it on your own. Make sure you find someone who is already into portfolio diversification in cryptocurrencies. I think Zolani is currently having a lot of Facebook Lives where he talks about his cryptocurrency portfolio, his multi-million rand cryptocurrency portfolio. Just plug in, listen to those lives, look at the cryptocurrencies that are doing very well. You have to determine, do you want to have 70% Bitcoin, 10% Ethereum, 10% Bitcoin Vault, or 50%? It's up to you, and it all depends on what the mentor that you'll be talking to decides. There's nothing that is cast in stone, guys. Mentors are there to guide you, but at the end of the day, make sure you are developing yourself, you are reading as much as possible so that you can make informed decisions as to how to diversify your portfolio. And recently, I wanted to also find something that would complement what I'm currently doing. So obviously, as a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency entrepreneur, and I wanted to make sure that I leverage or I maximize on my online business because I've been concentrating on offline events. I decided to enroll in a course that was going to help me learn as much as possible as far as social media mastery is concerned. And so I think when Limpo sent me a message, she was like, many people are making a lot of money, but they don't know what to do with the money. So that course, I still remember, even when I gave my husband the bill, I'm sure you know the, most of you might know the guy. His name is Neil Milan. He does a lot of online classes on social media mastery. I think when the invoice came, I was like, what? Am I going to pay so much money? I think I paid something like 135,000 rands. And basically, what I'm learning there, I say to myself, we are in a lockdown. I want to make sure that by the time this lockdown comes to an end, 50% of my business is online, and obviously I'll concentrate on the other 50% on offline events. But I want to get into online social media mastery, LinkedIn, everything. I want to go there with a strategy. And you know, I don't know, many people, they joke about us accountants. We think in a straight line. Like if something doesn't have a process, if it doesn't have step 1, step 2, step 3, we struggle to find our way. So everything that I try and do, I need to already visualize the end when I'm still at the beginning. So I can see people posting on Facebook, I see people advertising on LinkedIn, but I wanted a strategy. How do the people that are making $50,000, $100,000 online, how do they do it? And I did my research until I came across this guy called Neil Milan. Very expensive, but provides a lot of value. And what he basically teaches people is how to make so much money online. So I said, I've got my business in Mining City, and I'm going to learn as much as I can and apply it in Mining City and see if I'm going to get the sign-ups that I'm supposed to get through Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising, Twitter advertising. So they teach you all those social media strategies. But at the same time, once you master that, you can basically take that skill set and apply it to any industry. You can get a dentist, you can get a hairdresser, apply the same strategies, and then you run their social media campaigns. So you basically become your own digital marketing agency. So it's a skill set that you get in order to improve your current business. But should you later on, maybe you don't have anything to do, you can actually start providing the same services to other network marketers. And for me, this was me saying, you know what, if this works well for me, I'm actually going to be providing these services in our niche, which is network marketers from Mining City, network marketers from Herbalife, because now I have the skill set. I have paid 135,000 rand to learn how to do this. I should be able to run campaigns for other people. So there is so much out there, guys, especially now during the lockdown. Just make sure you keep on improving yourself. You keep on learning as much as possible. The more you do that, the more you provide value to your team, the more your team makes money and the more money you make. And as long as you continue doing that, I tell you, you sustain your income in Mining City, you improve and increase, triple, double your income, but at the same time, you learn skill sets that will be able to sustain you beyond Mining City, beyond network marketing. I don't know if this is all Limpo. I don't know if people have got any questions, but I tried to streamline so that I speak about things that are relevant to our industry and things that are relevant to what we are currently doing. So yeah, if you've got people that have got any questions, I'm here to respond.
Okay, wow, that was awesome, Olivia. Thank you very much. And yes, members, this is the opportunity for us to ask questions. We have heard how she expands. First of things that I think it's one of the most important things I have picked up from her is that stick to one thing. If you find this Mining City works for you, then there is just absolutely no need for you to hop in between other programs. Find the one thing that really works for you and focus on it so that it can bring more money for you. And then once you have got that money, then now you take that money, invest in other things that are going to bring money, like properties. So of which now property investment and network marketing, those are two different streams. So meaning that property investment is not going to shift or divert your focus on building your business so that you earn more on a daily basis. Because the mistake that people would do once they are making money here, then they think that to jump to another program is also going to create more revenue. It actually doesn't. Just think of it this way: you are chasing two rabbits. Which one are you going to catch? So meaning that you just cannot do two networking programs at one time. You have to stick to the one that really works for you. You have found that Mining City is, then stick to Mining City, master it. Make money that you do not need money anymore. And then take that money, go and find overseas or even local agents, good ones, that will make sure that your investment actually pays you more money while you are busy with your network marketing. So there's quite a few points that I've also picked up, that even to hey guys, this thing of hit and run just doesn't really work. It's one of the things that I have also personally experienced. You do not hit and run. You nurture and mentor your business partners. Mind, you have brought them to this business and they didn't maybe even know about this business. So they need to know exactly from you how to run the business. Make sure that you are always there with them so that your business can run well. Meaning, in network marketing, you build the people that will build the business. It just plain out. If you're just going to focus on building the business without building the people, then you are heading for a huge surprise. So build the business, the people that are going to build the business with you. Because once one is built, they are able to run. They will fire you on their own. They will fire you and like, I don't need my upline anymore. I can do this on my own. I can do my own meetings. I can run my own. Hey, Mr. Honor, you are honoring us with noise. Can you please mute yourselves, people? Bongile, you have nice news. Yeah, they are for you and the person you're speaking to on the phone. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. The less noise we have, then the more we can have a smooth meeting. So let's just keep it noise very minimum as possible. Okay. So I was saying that you just need to build the people in this business. Make sure that you build the people, and once the people are built and are happy, then they will build the business, and by default you are just going to make money, and you will make money until you do not want to make money, and the money will still come anyway. I always say that in network marketing, you get paid even if you don't want to be paid. There are times that we get bored, we don't want this money, but this money comes anyway, even if we don't want it to come. It is because we have built the people that are building the business. So therefore, money has no choice but to come to you. So guys, this is the time for you. All right, I think we've got some few questions on the chat box. Let me try and get this so that we can address them. Bonga Mkwanazi is asking, how do you handle rejection?
Okay, for me, when someone says no, it simply means next opportunity or next person. I don't normally waste time on people that are not interested, unless if I see potential. Then normally I use the web broadcast. I don't like using groups, because when people leave groups, they discourage other people. So I use a web broadcast. I'm sure people know the difference between a web broadcast. Works like a group, but then when you send a message, it goes directly into the person's inbox. So when they reject you as a person via you. It's only you who sees that they've said, no, I'm not interested. But normally, by the time I put people in my web broadcast, like I collect a lot of numbers on Facebook, and then if someone says I'm interested, so I add them onto the broadcast. And then when we have our online sessions, when we have our presentations, I simply invite people via the web broadcast. Yes. And when someone says they are not interested, I simply remove them from the web broadcast, and they are basically making space for someone who is interested. And I think what has worked really well for me, guys, is look for people that are looking for you. It's not the end of the world when one person rejects you. So concentrate on people that are looking for you. There is someone right now who is looking for you. So all you have to do, and this is part of the course that I'm doing via New Milan, you need to target people that are looking for you, people that are looking for the same opportunities, like-minded people. The only reason why we get rejections, it is because we are targeting everyone. And we are not supposed to target everyone. We are only supposed to be targeting people that are looking for us. And I'm hoping that by the time I finish, I think my course is going to be about 4 to 6 months. By the time I finish, I'll be able to share with everyone how to basically target people that are looking for you via social media, via Facebook, via LinkedIn, so that by the time someone comes to your inbox, when they're asking a question, these are people that can afford to join your business. These are people that are really, really interested. You are not just getting random people whom when you tell about the opportunity, they tell you I'm not interested or I can't afford. So let's concentrate on people that are looking for us, not people that are just chancers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That is very good leadership. I can also take a few things on that, because sometimes you tend to go back to the same person who rejected you, thinking that they have changed their minds today and they still reject you. So we just need to move forward, guys. We just need to move forward, work with people that want to work with you. Simple and period. And leaders, they show up. You cannot make someone a leader in your team. A leader will just show up and you will see that this is a leader. Then you make sure that you work with that person, you support that person with the best that you can. Okay, Touch Money is asking, where are your offices in Pretoria?
Okay, our offices are at number 190 Thabo Sewume Street, Bank Towers building, office 107 and 108. Yeah, we are on the first floor. So Pretoria Central. I'm usually not there. Actually, I never go to the office. I have people that will be, normally it's individual entrepreneurs that are at the office. Myself, I work from home. I used to go because we've had that office for almost a year, almost 2 years now, I think. So, but right now I rarely go there unless if I have an appointment with someone. But otherwise, it's just the team members that are in the office that full-time.
Okay, okay. But at least one is able to get assistance with whatever they need because the office is always open. So I think it's still okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And then, the only thing is you need to speak to me because I know, and I'm sure this happens in a lot of teams. At my office, there are sharks. So if you just send your person and I don't know about it, you'll find out that they were signed. I work with very naughty people. So just make sure if you want to send a person to the office, Olivia is there because the people that are there, I can tell you, even amongst themselves, they take people. They are sharks. I call them sharks.
Thank you for that honesty.
Okay.
Yeah. We all suffer that. We all suffer that. You just see, oops, this is my potential business partner, and then now who is just introduced or is just being introduced by someone else
in the group
that they have just signed up, and then so it's the name of the game, but it doesn't mean we hate them. We still love them. We're in the same business. We continue to build and make money. Tabelo, how did she start mining? How long did it take to understand the cryptocurrency process?
Okay, so for me, mining, obviously, we started in the previous company, which was BCN. And I still remember I bought my first plan on the 8th of May in 2016. Trust me, I did not understand anything. The only thing that I did was I liked Hannah. I just looked at her and I liked her and I decided to buy a plan for me and my husband. From the 8th of May 2016 until the end of the year, I think I never saw Hannah. I only spoke to her on WhatsApp, and then I even left the WhatsApp groups. And then I think in 2017, I joined another multi-level marketing company that I mentioned before, iMarkets Live. I was there for almost a year. It was only after I thought I had reached a ceiling in the company and things were not going well for me in that company that I started looking for other opportunities. That's when I came across Hannah, and I looked for her and I said, Hannah, I see people are now making money. Can we revisit my plan? I think I had even lost the password. She helped me reset. I had not even introduced one person. And then Hannah showed me her account. She started talking about other leaders. She actually said to me, can you please follow Lonwabo? Can you please follow, do you remember Zolani? So then I started following those leaders on Facebook, and I was like, wow, I've been wasting my time in this company. So let me switch and move on to Bitcoin entrepreneurship. So that was the end of 2017, and 8 January 2018, I did my first Bitcoin presentation. And I think 2 weeks before I launched that presentation, Hannah was still doing presentations online. I think it was every Wednesday. And what I simply did is I listened, and then when she directed me to the other leaders that were doing very well in the business, I simply went on Facebook, I went to their YouTube channels, I listened to their presentations, and then by the time I launched the business, I could actually do the presentation. I didn't understand everything. I kept on learning. Even after I started presenting, I kept on learning. Whenever I heard that other leaders were doing presentations, I would listen, still go through their presentations, the online presentations that Hannah was doing, and I kept on learning until I perfected. So the amount of time that I invested in learning about cryptocurrencies is what got me to where I am today. I wanted to make sure that I understand the product, and that is basically what I did. I simply learned from other people. Remember, we are in a monkey see, monkey do business. You learn from other people, and then you simply copy and paste, and that's how you make it in this business.
Yeah. So you also did mention investments in when you were giving us the educational finance education, that we need to invest on data, we need to invest on airtime. Now I also see that there is another sacrifice that we need and to invest on, that is learning.
Yes.
You don't stop learning.
Yes.
You follow other leaders. You invest your time in learning and understanding the ways of the successful people, which is very tops for us. I think some other leaders as well, they have noted that down. Okay, and we have a compliment and a question from Lerato. Thanks for the informative insight. What social media strategy are you implementing?
Okay, so right now, we were actually affected because what I did is I registered for this course, I think just before lockdown. So we actually delayed our launch because basically what we are supposed to be taught is Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. So right now what I'm only doing, the campaigns that I'm running on Facebook, it's through my Facebook business page. So I normally get a very nice attractive flyer because I know people love seeing flyers, nice flyers. So I make sure that I have this nice flyer designed, and then I post it on my personal page, but also on my Facebook business page. And I tell you, I think the first one that I posted, I think I got more than 100 numbers. And obviously but then the problem is the strategy that I'm using right now, I'm attracting people that are interested, but not necessarily people that can afford. So the reason why I've enrolled for this course with Neo Malan, it is because I want to target people that will definitely sign up. I think out of those 100 numbers, I think I only signed up about 2 or 3 people. So I don't think that was a good sign up rate. And I'm actually running another campaign now whereby I'm saying so I've posted on my business page as well, and I'm saying I'm only looking for 10 people that I'll be mentoring and introducing to this business. So what I'm actually doing with those ones, as soon as someone says how, I'll just say to them, do you have $500? So that by the time, I'm not going to waste my time with people, 100 people, whom when I tell that, okay, you need $500, they'll say, that's too much. So I am, from the moment we start speaking, I'll say, okay, before we go any further, do you have 500? The moment they say no, then it's, and then I move on to the next person. So right now, the only thing that I'm using in terms of social media is my Facebook business page. But obviously, I think in the next 3 to 4 months, I'm looking at really launching my YouTube channel and obviously move to LinkedIn. And I've got a LinkedIn page, but I was mainly using it for my professional thing for my consultancy, but then I want to rebrand so that I can incorporate my cryptocurrency entrepreneurship business. And obviously Twitter, I know there's a module on Twitter, so I'm definitely going to be learning a lot. So right now I'm just using Facebook business pages and paid ads.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's great. Sometimes you've just got to be cruel to be kind, eh? Because now, the time and effort we waste on people who will say, hey, I think this is not for me, I will join probably next year. And you are still in the first trimester of the year, and then someone say, I'll come back to you next year sometime. So yeah, we really don't have time, that amount of time to waste. And Xolisa is asking in Mpumalanga,
make money, I encourage them to open an office. So the one in Mpumalanga is run, it's actually run by a 24-year-old. She is in Mkomazi, I think, next to the Mozambican border. There's a small town there. Yeah, I've been there once, and yeah, I haven't even been to the office, but I know they opened an office 2 months before lockdown. So yeah, but it's in a place called Nkomazi. Nkomazi. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sure they will understand if they're asking about Mpumalanga. Maybe they are in that area. Then we have another question from Lucky. How do you react to people who say, I know this, it's a scam? If prospects want you to show them your account, how do you respond?
So if prospects want me to show my account, it depends with the prospect. If it's someone who's positive and like I'm still explaining the business, normally in our presentation, those screenshots that people are showing on Facebook to say in 3 months, this is what I got. That is what we show. And honestly, for me, that should be enough for someone who is serious about joining the business. The moment someone starts saying, no, I want to see how much you, it all depends with the person. If it's a high profile client, I do. But if it's someone who just wants to see how much money I've made, no, I don't. So I'm very selective when it comes to, unless if it's results that I've publicly shared with everyone, then I can say, oh, this is how much I made, you understand? So I can, but then if they want me to log into my account now and no. The information that I would have shared with them during the presentation, we've got testimonials, we've got screenshots of people that have shown us how much they've made. That should be enough.
Yeah, we share the same sentiment, their leadership, because I also do not show my account to someone who demands to see it, because I'm actually not selling the money I have made. I'm selling the product that made me to make this amount of money. So only someone demanded that when we meet, I must have my bank statements, I must have my everything, otherwise there will be no meeting. I said there and then on that phone that Buti, let's just forget about it. My bank statement is private and confidential. I do not have to show you. Yes, I do not owe you to show you my bank statement, nor the money I have made. It is just a gesture I do when I have a meeting with someone. Then I would decide to show that this is how the business is made for me. So if you are going to make demands, then unfortunately, I don't need to work with you either. So it's just plain simple. Sometimes you just have to be harsh, because we'll be pushed around and we don't want to be pushed around. We are not in a business of convincing anyone. The product we are selling is if you can sell the product, you know the product well, Bitcoin Vault, and you can be able to once the person is educated enough on the product, then they make their own decision. We are not in the business of convincing. So if there's any member that is still convincing people here, please refrain from doing that. We are not desperate. We are not convincing no one. We are just doing the business clean and plain. All right. Vuyiswa is also commending you for the informative session.
Thank you.
We are taught that we need to create or build relationships. So how do you draw the line with regard to our time of building those relationships versus doing business?
Okay, so for me, I think this is something that it depends, it's on a case-by-case basis. So like recently I created a group on Facebook whereby, and I've got a WhatsApp broadcast as well. So normally in that group, I don't talk about the business, about Mining City. And this is something that Hannah actually advised or recommended, whereby I just talk about business in general. When you get updates from CryptoCrunch about cryptocurrencies, when you get updates on anything good that is happening in the business world, you simply share with the people. And what that does is it generates conversation. And from that conversation, you will decide when to mention about the business. And normally it's about the people, it's about them, not about you. So now for me, then that one is on a case-by-case basis. And especially if it's on the Facebook group, normally the person, if they like the content that you are posting, then they ask you, what is it that you do? And I still remember recently I got invited to another private group. I think it's called Boss Babe Conversations, because they've been seeing what I've been posting on the other group. So one of the leaders of the other group said, you know what, Olivia, can we invite you to come and talk about entrepreneurship? You know, and then I went there. I didn't talk about anything about Mining City. I was just talking about business in general. And after that conversation and after that presentation, people were coming to my inbox and they were asking me, so what is it that you do? Then I say, oh no, me, I am a Bitcoin entrepreneur. So you need to say things, provide value to the people so much that they get attracted to what it is that you're doing. People should want to find out more about you as a result of the value that you are providing to them. I don't know if I make sense.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. That is why I think on the previous training we had with Zolani and also with Lisejo, we did mention that it is very much important what you post on social media, because it is what makes people to want to be associated with you. So be selective with what you are posting there, especially if you are a joker. People will think that you are a joker, but if you are always someone who posts sensible things, and also someone who is well knowledge about what is happening even around the world itself, then it means that you are just not about money, you are also informed about what is happening around you, which is very much important. People want to be associated with people that knows things. Nobody wants to be associated with someone who's just going to bring flop in their lives and all that. All right, thank you very much, Lida. Noktula is asking, I just want to know, what do you call your office? Is it Bitcoin office, or you have given it a different name? What's attracting people to come inside?
I think we've got different names. So I've got other people who call it Bitcoin office. In Rustenburg, we've got three. I see someone who wrote Rustenburg. We've got 3 different offices. And the reason why we ended up having 3 different offices is because, you know, as the team grows, so do the conflicts and the fights. So different teams, they opened different. They are all in my team, but I've got 3 different people. And even when we go for presentations, I go for different leaders. So it's a bit of a... So we've got another office at Midtown Mall, which is run by another leader. And then I think 200 or 400 meters away from that one, we've got another office. And then we've got another office that is out of town. I don't have the actual addresses because these are not offices that I run, but they are run by other leaders. But yeah, I know in Rustenburg, we've got 3 offices. The one that I know very well is the one that we opened, the second one, which is at Midtown Mall. Yeah. And then there's another one just close to that one, yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good. It means that your team is growing leadership. So many offices. You've got quite a big team, but results says it itself. A city manager is someone who has a team, and a huge one. Okay, Lihonolo is, thanks very much for informative, Olivia. Sometimes we do desperate moves to get people, even when they show they are playing us. Thanks a lot. Yeah, yeah. We that is why I also stressed that we shouldn't be desperate. We are not in a business of desperation. We are not in a business of convincing people, because once you want to convince someone, then you're going to become desperate. That's where the desperation comes from, because now you are trying to convince these people and still they are not convinced. Therefore, you are going to make desperate moves. And sometimes desperate moves, they go with our being, the dignity, everything. There's a lot with when it comes to working on desperate moves, because you can do anything possible, any trick in the book to make sure you get a sign up. Sometimes it's just not necessary. Sometimes you just have to let go and just say there is hundreds of thousands of other people out there who are still not informed about the business or even the product Bitcoin Vault. So kahle kahle, maybe I don't need you, I need them. So sometimes we just have to draw the line, my dear. We just have to draw the line. Otherwise, we don't want the business to drag us down the drain, but we want the business to lift us high into remarkable standards. It seems as if we have no further questions.
Thank you so much for having me.
So it means that people are very happy with what has been rendered to them this evening, and surely they are going to practice each and every tip that was shared here to benefit their businesses and also for their own development, because in this business you just have to continuously be developing yourself. That is why we're having these trainings for development. We cannot just be stagnant or stale in one place, and yet we want to have businesses that are booming. It just doesn't work. We have to always keep us updated and keep us on the ball and on the roll with everything that is happening. We need to get new information on a daily basis. Fortunately, we are working with cryptocurrencies that are also changing on a daily basis. There's everything new around the cryptocurrencies. So we just need to keep up with time. Otherwise, if we don't keep up with time, then we are going to suffer. Queen, okay, Simelelo, what could possibly cause the conflicts in this business? One, I would say, even without Olivia asking or responding. One, she already mentioned that there are sharks in the business, they do cause conflicts. So if I send my people or my people come to the office and they are taken by someone else, that can cause a conflict in the office. That is another cause of a conflict. Maybe there could be more, but yeah. So in the business, you just have to be a strong person who is able to take things and make sure that other things you just brush them off. Otherwise, you focus on what you have come to do in the business. Otherwise, if you're going to say, Miss So-and-so stole my prospect, and then you leave the business, that so-and-so is making money while you have left the business. So you just have to have a way of doing problem solving. So even if it means problem solving, means one must go and open their own offices, then as long as it's a good problem solving, then thumbs up. Queen, thank you very much, leadership and boss lady, for the information. High five. Halima, my darling, all the way from Niger. Great session. Thanks very much, Olivia, and especially the host. Wow. Great. Vuyiswa, I was looking forward to seeing her beautiful face live on my screen. But yeah, it's okay. Thanks so much for the great session. Oops, man. Jolakazi, thank you so much, leaders, for such an informative presentation. Tandi Swantuli, thank you, Queens. Galaxy 7, thank you so much, my leaders, for the presentation. Yeah, guys, yeah, I'm very happy that you are all having a great time to be with us tonight. Mr. Faki in Dubai, what can you say, sir?
Leadership, thank you very much. This is a powerful session. I'm learning a lot, and it's a very building session to hear from the top leaders. The things that especially we need to do when we start to have more dollars coming in, because we tend to see the huge numbers and then we go buy the cars and buy the clothes, but forgetting that we have to live with this and this generational wealth that we have to be. I love the part where she told us that we need to have mentors who have already walked this path and who can guide us to use our money wisely, to advise us, to equip us. I think that's the most important part. You know, as soon as I start to hit the $10,000 mark, I must say, leadership, I'm on 10,000, I need assistance. How can I start to implement, to put plans in place to have my property portfolio, to have that can give me something 10 years to come, I can still see that is making me money. So I'm very happy with this session. It's so, I'm full. I still have more room for more. So I'll be able to give it out with my team tomorrow, because when I'm sitting there, I told them we need to talk, because I said we need to talk. I was writing everything down and I'm gonna give them the info that I got. So thank you very much, Sis Olivia.
Wow. Thank you very much for that wonderful feedback, Gary. Mr. Dube, what can you say, sir? Mr. Dube, Tembingosi Dube.
Thanks, leadership. Thank you so much, leadership, Olivia. Yeah, we're all looking forward to listening to your great skills. We know you've built a big team, such a big team. So we wanted to find out on your great skills that you are employing in managing your team to keep them together. How do you guys build that? But at least we've got it from your presentation. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Thank you, leadership.
All right, leadership, thank you. Guys, I think we are just having a time of our lives in this meeting this evening, because it is very fruitful, and surely we are going to do amazing things after this. Queen, my lovey, Queen, where are you? What do you say in Devon? What's happening there?
We are still on lockdown, leadership, but we're working online anyway. Yeah, we're trying our best. Trying our best. And thank you so much, leadership, Olivia, beautiful Olivia. Thank you so much for the information that you gave us and shared with us today. And boss lady, keep doing what you're doing. We're really, really growing. We're really, really growing. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, leadership. Halima. Halima, where are you, my leader? Where is leadership? Halima. Sean, what is happening in Cape Town, Sean?
Hello, hello guys. Huh.
Okay, I think we've got Halima on the mic.
Okay.
Yes, my darling.
Hello. Hello, partners. Halima from Nigeria.
Yes, yes.
I'm so glad to be part of this session. Actually, I came late, but thank God you have recorded so that I can have a copy. I learned so much. I've learned how to react when a postpaid turn went down, especially if it's a postpaid that has potential.
Yes.
Keep quiet. I also learned how best to use social media. Then the advantage of these offices. Actually, you know, when we get to a certain level, before you'll be thinking about big offices or one small office. Then as we got out, we also use our earnings to diversify our earnings into property and how to have good mentor in that area and how to be focused. Focus has been one of the things I've learned from some of the previous trainings led by Anna, that we have to focus. If we are very focused on this one business, we can actually attain any level in our lives. And what I've just done for myself is that I've always given myself targets. I have to achieve so this between this and this. Okay, if I want to achieve so rank, how many on the package would that volume bring? For example, currently the manager is $250,000, which will change in the next few days. So as it is changing, 200,000. The package of 600 will still be 500 sales in our team, in my team. So we now try to also look at, okay, if I'm running at this length, what is my performance on the average on a monthly basis? So I've been able to get some partners who are also getting serious more day by day. So I also open them to see the bigger picture. Like tonight now, by 9 p.m., I have training session for them. So that's why I'm paying attention to every details of this one, so that I can also carry on the message to the team by evening, so I can also get better. I think I'm learning so much, and I'll continue learning. So I also follow, like she said, all those who are doing well in the industry, in the team, in the Achievers team, generally in Africa. I try to follow them, see what they are doing, copy them word to word. Sometimes when they share posts like your own, the one you shared about South African population, African population, I tried to copy it exactly, and I just edited. I changed the South Africa to Nigeria. I did some editing, and I got results, you know, when I shared it.
Wow,
so,
that's wonderful.
Like that.
Thank you, my leader.
You can see I made mention of it. I made mention of it in our last training when Anna was online. That so these are things. So people should look out for those who are performing. What are they doing? Yes. How do they do it? Copy them, and when you arrive, you can now start adding your own flavors. But while you are still looking up to them, keep following what they do, copy and paste. And I can see another thing that has also helped me.
Wow, that's great, my leader. I think she's got network problems. She's just got cut off. Sean, over to you, sir, so that we can wrap up. Yeah, Sean.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, sir. Hi, leadership. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm good. We're just having a gloomy weather in Cape Town.
Yes.
I think we've learned a lot today. It was quite a good session. You know, as much as, you know, we're used to the normal session whereby we have to go through the presentation and so forth. So this was quite a different angle, you know, and it's nice and it's relieving, because also as leaders, our work is cut short. People are being taught about financial literacy, you know, something that you don't usually get anywhere, more especially in school. We don't get that. So yeah, I think I'm happy with today's session, and I hope everyone learned something today.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Thank you, leadership. Yes, yeah, that is exactly the reason for these trainings. We just do not do any business presentations. We just deal with members, developing ourselves as members in Mining City, as leaders in Mining City. Mapisa, thanks for her inspirational words. It shows the wisdom and experience. Definitely, I will apply more points I jotted down, and I won't be the same again. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, team, for very informative. That is from Touch Money. Last but not least, Mr. F. Where are you, my leader?
Egaziso, hoe gaan dit met julle?
Hey, ek gaan goed, man.
Yeah, tell me, is our leader Olivia still here? I've got a question for her.
Yes, she is still here.
Okay, leadership Olivia.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the session. Quite very informative, eye-opening. Now here is my question. You lead such a big team, and with the information that you are gathering in terms of other streams like where to invest your money, things like property and stuff like that, you know, once you get the information, at what stage do you then share with your team, and who do you share the information with? Because I've got a theory, if someone is still, let's say they're cycling, you know, once a week or 2 times a week, you know, I'm not sure if all the information that I am currently personally busy with right now, if it would help them, or, you know, I don't know. So, I mean, how do you choose what to share with who? And at the very same time, you know, without sounding like you are, you know, dictating, or, you understand? I hope you get my question. How do you share the information, and with whom?
Okay. So I actually learned something from Limpo, like this session. Me, I haven't been having these trainings like on financial education. It's something that I normally mention in passing, and it's only maybe my city managers and those that I know are making an income of between 300 to 500,000. And yeah, those are the people that I share with, like on a personal level, not like is my team in Mining City. So I'll just be throwing in ideas to say, but why can't you guys do, this is what I'm doing. Actually, when I speak to them, most of them, especially city managers, I think we've got about 5 or 6 now, 7 city managers. So I've just been saying to them, you guys, when are you going to start investing in property? And I tell you, with the others, it's not easy. Especially like in our team, I've got a lot of 20 to 25-year-olds. It's been very difficult because the moment they get money, they are buying clothes, they go clubbing. I think in December, in January, most of them, they went on holiday. And right now, during this lockdown, they don't even have money. And most of them, you tell them about keeping their crypto portfolio, keeping their Bitcoins, keeping their Bitcoin vault. With the young ones, it's been very difficult, and I want to be very honest with you. But with the more mature ones, like your Denny case, your memory, I'm also working very closely with Lesego. They tend to listen more. So it's mainly the city managers, and when I speak to them, it's not in a group setup like this. It's more on a personal level. It's a one-on-one call with Lesego. She's not directly under me, but we are very close. So I share most of what I'm doing with her. The city managers, it's more on a one-on-one, on a personal level, but not in a group setup like this. So yeah, that's how I've been handling it. And for some of them, I actually laugh because they don't even, you agree that, okay, this is what they're going to do, and they are not even doing it. But I've got a couple, I think I've got about 2 or 3 right now that I know by the end of this year, they would have started investing in their property portfolio. So yeah, so it's more on a personal level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, thanks a lot. I was quite curious because for me, I'm always worried as to whom and how can you, you know, share this kind of information, because you know, there's stuff that we are personally busy with, but I normally share with people, you know, that I maybe talk to, you know, maybe on a daily basis, whatever the case is, or I know that they are open to things like that. So yeah, thanks a lot very much for your answer.
Thank you, Lonwabo. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was a wonderful question. Just to wrap up now, we are actually now out of time. This meeting is usually 1 hour, 30 minutes, 90 minutes. So Ms. T, can you give thanks to our guest today for such a wonderful job she has rendered to us? and then send us home nicely. Miss T, we can't hear you.
Oh my gosh, the excitement. Oh my gosh, just to have Olivia in the house, to finally hear her voice, and unfortunately I didn't get to see her face, and to see all the leaders in the house. As we always say in our weekly Zoom, to say financial literacy is actually the key, because cash flow is key to our personal lives and our businesses. So we are very grateful for what Olivia has touched on, to say reinvest 10 to 20% of what you are earning. And Jimpo is what we spoke about, I think, on our last presentation, that you can never make the millions that you think about unless you reinvest in your business. And we also spoke about the personal development, which is very, very much important, and following the right people. So we thank you very much, Olivia, for touching on all of those facts, basically reinforcing that we are actually all on the right track. So thank you so much for honoring us with your presence and honoring our invitation. We're looking forward to host you again in another topic, and congratulations on your big success in your business. We have noted down all the strategies you've shared with us, so we are going to deliberate and see how we can best implement it for our personal businesses, and as well as teaching our newbies in our team, because also our weekly Zoom meeting is for everyone in the mining city, and we get that the newbies are actually attending and the ones that are benefiting more. So thank you so much to everyone, wherever you are. It means that you really want to change your life, and you don't just want to change it, you are doing something about it because you are here with us. It's Sunday, some would be saying it's family time and be chilling in front of the TV, but you are doing what the 99% is not doing. So well done and kudos to you. So we are signing out. Good night to everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you very much, Olivia.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Limpo. Thank you, Tandisqua. Thank you, Lonwabo. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.